Weekdays with Bernie segment tonight, the debate moderators. They did okay, except for this.
Why do they have to say we're going to be attacking Mosul within the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is what they're saying? How stupid is our country?
There are sometimes reasons the military does that. Psychological warfare.
I can't think of any. I can't think of any.
It might be to help get civilians out.
Now that sequence with ABC News reporter Martha Raddatz in the role of Hillary Clinton because she was debating Trump, Ms. Raddatz was. Joining us now from North Carolina, Bernie Goldberg. So I do that. That's what I do. I mean, when we don't interview people traditionally here, we say, hey, come on. You know, the Army has to get the civilians out of there. Okay, you should know better than that. But in a debate, you're not supposed to do that. That's supposed to be Hillary Clinton's job, right?
Yeah, that jumped out at me, too. Martha Raddatz sounded not like a moderator when she did that, but like a debater who was challenging Donald Trump. Donald Trump had just said he thought it was a bad idea to announce in advance that there's imminent attack on Mosul to rid the city of ISIS. He may be right, he may be wrong, but it's not a crazy idea. It's his opinion, and it's not up to the moderator to challenge that opinion. By the way, if he made a factual mistake, she could challenge him and correct him. I have no problem with that. But it's not up to Martha Raddatz, the moderator, to challenge Trump's opinion by giving either White House opinions on the subject or Pentagon opinions or both. She shouldn't be channeling the Obama administration.
Well, I think she was channeling herself. She's an expert in this kind of thing. I work with her. I want everybody to know.
But hold on. But then she could have. She gave the opinions of the Obama administration, whether it's the Pentagon, the White House, whatever. She could have found or quoted nonpartisan experts who think that Donald Trump is right if she wanted to, but she only chose.
But I think she was speaking for herself, not channeling the opposition. But be that as it may, she shouldn't have done it. That's not what a debate moderator does, unless you change the debate rules, which would be much better, by the way, to have both political candidates actually challenged about what they say rather than blathering all day long about God knows what, and then you fact-checked after the debate. Now, I didn't think, other than that, though, I didn't think they were, you know, sometimes they cut Trump off a little too quick and they gave Hillary, I guess, but it wasn't egregious, was it?
No, I agree with you. As a matter of fact, let's stay on with Martha Raddatz for a second. She asked some tough questions of Hillary Clinton during the debate. She asked her if she was two-faced because she had one opinion on certain issues privately, which was different from her public position. So I didn't have a problem with that. Here's what I did have a problem with. There was one question that was not asked that would have been a huge help for Donald Trump. Because of the leaks, the WikiLeaks, it turns out that Hillary Clinton told some bankers that she has a dream, her words, of open borders in the hemisphere. Well, you know what? The American people don't want open borders. The American people know that open borders would drive wages down for poor people, that open borders would put millions of kids, many of whom don't speak any English, into our already crowded public schools. Open borders would add to congestion, would cause housing problems, and on and on and on.
Security. I mean, you know, the terrorists kind of danced right across. Right. Okay, but that was Trump's responsibility, and he should have been on that.
He blew it. He blew it. But that was in the news, and the moderators chose not to ask it.
Know.
If anybody in the audience wanted to ask it, I don't know, but it didn't come out. And
it should have come out. Absolutely.
Trump ultimately had the opportunity, and for whatever reason,
he didn't remember.
He blew it.
You know, he had a lot of other stuff, and I know we're going to try to get him on tomorrow. He'll say, "Well, I can't remember everything," and that's true. Now, the first half hour of the debate was all about the Trump tape, and you know, that was what the drama was, that people were going to see if he could stand up to the fire. Do you think he did?
Well, he said the same thing over and over again, which was it was locker room talk. That's the only thing he could say. He said, I'm sorry, it was locker room talk. People are either going to buy that or they're not going to buy that. You know, I mean, that's all he could do. There was nothing else he could do, really.
No, but he did do something else. He brought in the Clinton situation and tried to diminish his situation by pointing to theirs and the hypocrisy of the press.
Right. I know you believe in bad behavior doesn't justify other bad behavior.
Right.
So politically, I don't know if that was a good idea or not. It may not have been. But you know what? It's about time somebody said it. What he did, and I am not justifying anything he said. I want to make that absolutely clear. But it is perfectly legitimate, in my mind anyway, to say what I did was wrong, but what I did were words, which is what he said. But I am not holding, what he should have said was, I am not holding you accountable, Mrs. Clinton, for what your husband did in a predatory sense. I'm not talking about anything consensual, but I'm not holding you responsible for anything he did that was unwelcome towards women. I am holding you responsible, Mrs. Clinton, because you tried to trash those women. He wasn't as articulate as I think he could have been on that, but I think what he did say was a legitimate point. Whether or not it's a good political point, we'll see. But I think it was a legitimate point.
Bernie Goldberg, everybody.